Movement is the only way we have to interact with the world. Think about it. Every smile, every step, every breath you take is a story in motion. But how do you capture this story in a single photograph? Well, this is exactly what I'm going to teach you today in this video. Bonjour and welcome to your home for your creativity and your well-being. I'm Melody, a photographer, art director and yoga teacher based in London. And today I'm very excited to do this video because it's one of my favorite and passionate subjects about photo and movement. I've practiced ballet for 12 years. It was my biggest passion from 6 to 18 years old. I've practiced salsa dancing for 2 years. I ski, I try to longboard, then I turned into yoga and now I'm a yoga teacher. I've always been passionate about movement. Movement is part of my life, it's part of my healing, and I know I can bring tips for you as a photographer, the way you can see the image and the way you can capture. Today I'm sharing my 3 top techniques, and there's a bonus at the end which for me is the best tips on mastering movement photography in natural light. But first, a bit of a philosophical context. Consider your hands, right? You use them to lift things, to balance yourself, to give, to take, to just act. Movement is the only way we have to interact with people, to interact with the world. That's why for me it's so key to understand this philosophy. It's not only doing a sport, it's movement in general. Movement tells stories, our hands speak, our whole body speak. We need to be in movement to take action. And that's why capturing it in photography is so powerful. Natural light is for me the most beautiful thing that we have, but it's unpredictable. It changes all the time. You can have very soft light, you can have very harsh light. The goal of a photography, at least for me anyway, it's not to make it static, it's to make it alive. As a photographer, we want to freeze life without losing the energy. Movement will help you to make your photography alive and to tell a story. So let's dive deep into my 3 top techniques plus the bonus to master movement photography in natural light. Simply learn the rule comparing freezing versus blurring images. One is not better than the other. It depends what story you want to tell. Do you want something in motion and something blurry? The quicker the shutter speed is, the more frozen your image will look. If you try to capture a very sharp movement, the speed needs to be very quick. Blurry means more time to take the photo. You need a bit more time to shoot. The speed will be slower. You do need to accept some trade-offs. So if you shoot in like pure daylight and it's super bright, you might not have a lot of struggle to really capture the movement. Sometimes it's super dark. You need to accept the trade-off. It will be a bit more blurry or sometimes it will be more dark. Lighting is everything in photography. You need to adjust your angle and your composition when it's available. If you can't change the light source, just change yourself. If the light source is the sun, you can't change the place of the sun. If you work at an event, this is probably not the most creative photo you're gonna get, but you still need to want good photos. Some events, the lighting is horrible. Place yourself so the lighting is better. Try and test. Don't forget to be yourself in motion when you shoot this. If you can place your subject closer to a window or closer to a big natural light source, always better. Some angle will work just better, so focus on quality over quantity. Always add movement when they pose. A model will be comfortable to move. You can still guide, you can have an idea in mind and just help the model to reach another level of their job. That can be quite interesting. But talking about people that never posed before, it's very hard to pose. Usually people don't know what they do with their hands. They are just holding their breath. So make them move. The breath is movement, breathing, move your body. Then grabbing something with a hand. If the person is not comfortable to move, just engage with micro movement. Moving the finger, fixing the air, laughing, scratching the head will help people to just relax and be more themselves because you just see it through the lens. Create natural flow versus posing. Ask the person what they usually do. Watch them when they walk to the room and when you meet, how they walk, make them walk before, make them breathe, make them shake their body. You can go in crescendo if people are not super into it. When you see people react well and they laugh, just make them move a lot because it's gonna be super fun. It's gonna give you a lot of great photo, and they usually relax the muscle on their face when they do that. This is really important, is finding movement that won't make people overthink too much so they crisp their face, and it's even worse than posing. This needs to be very natural. It's not about posing in like a dance pose or something that people can't do. It's really about the movement of everyday life and just see what they're comfortable to do. Now, as a photographer, capture the in-between moments. Sometimes your model won't be ready to do it, or they will do something, they will think it's stupid. This is where they are becoming really natural. This is where they giggle. This is where they laugh. This is where they do a movement that they don't think about. This is what you need to capture. Always have your camera there, always capture the in-between. Even if you guide them through something pose, then when you say, okay, it's all good now, just continue to snap. It's really where the magic happens. And it's usually the favorite shot. Now the bonus tips. I think to capture movement well in photography, you need to embody and you need to love movements. It doesn't mean that you need to practice a sport, essentially, but practice movement. Why I'm so comfortable photographing dancer, yoga, and why I'm good at this is because I love it. This is my passion. When I started to be a yoga teacher, I've started to teach at a jiu-jitsu and martial arts gyms. Now, I've tried jiu-jitsu, it's really not for me, but I've tried. I've put myself out there to understand how the body reacts in this sport to then help better my students as a yoga teacher to see what they need. This is exactly the same as photography. You don't have to be a professional to shoot professional. Of course, your job is to be a photographer, but if you love interior design, you will be better at placing yourself and the camera to shoot interior. It's the same with people in movement. Maybe it's a sport, maybe it's dance, maybe it's music, maybe it's singing. Feel passionate about movement, about what it does to life, to your body, and that is the best tips, because movement, it's so real. If you embody, if you feel it there, and if you practice it, you will understand much better, and you're gonna see it through the camera. You will get emotional driven photography that feels real and natural. People connect with stories, not just images, and as photographers, this is what we want. It's to tell stories and froze a moment in time that will be forever. You can develop also your own style, because this is really rooted between technique and intuition, and this for me is where the best work comes together. Let me know in the comment if you enjoyed this video, if you would like to get more tips about movement photography, because there is so much more to say. If you want to see what is in my everyday backpack when I shoot this type of photo, click on the video at the end of this one. It's gonna take you there, and otherwise, I will see you in the next one.